What up? What up? How's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you today?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Blessed to be here.
Yeah, I know you're normally on the other side of the camera, so we talked about that. But I really want to dive in a little bit to your history because you've been doing this for a really long time. And every time I'm in some type of space around film production, your name always comes up. I got to tell you that. Like it always comes up. And so tell us a little bit about what got you started as, a filmmaker.
Well, I mean, jeez. It's a family thing. We grew up in church and did church plays with my mom, and I somehow got cast as the lead and helped with a lot of things in that. And went into high school, Franklin High School, and learned production there, video production. A little bit after that, well, actually, it was after I graduated, I continued to teach there. The teacher who was new from last year was like, "You helped me so much. Can you help me this year?" So I kind of helped teach a high school class when I just finished high school until I found Langston. They were doing a film workshop. And so I moved over to the film workshop, met a lot of great mentors from there, became the apprentice director photographer, and started to do work with the crew on commercial stuff, like later down the road, and doing music videos with my brother, Kinfolk Productions, and doing all kinds of concerts. And then moved into corporate and commercial and just all kinds of different things, just fashion, like just kind of started to emerge. And it started to get a little overwhelming. And so I started this film group called the Seattle Filmmakers of the African Diaspora, because I realized um, white people were like, "Man, I need to find more black people." And I'm like, "I'm busy." They're like, "You got any more?" I'm like, "Well, here's some referrals from the film group." And there was pushback. Well, they're not qualified, or they may not be. So I started to do workshops within the film group and got people to meet each other, build their own brand, continue what they do with new clients, old clients, but with a new approach, regulated prices, because a lot of people are undercutting each other. And it seems to be a union of folks now that is really valuable to the city, because it's a big push for DEI, big push for BIPOC to be on productions. And so we've been addressing that through the film group, which is
I'm gonna
nice.
tell you, it's phenomenal. When you first told me about this, because you guys were meeting at Black Dot, and my office was at Black Dot, and I'm like, oh, what? You're talking about over 300 folks that really now really comprise this group, and everybody is tapping in when they need to and connecting when they need to. But it really is this family of amazing production folks. And some of you out there may know about like Production Peeps or something on Facebook. There's these other kind of groups, but this is all about those from the African diaspora. And really, you have done a great job with that. So I just got to send you some kudos right now to that work, because it really is in such an intentionality. And I will say that right now, I mean, we just saw some legislation passed to open up some incentives for films to be here. We were at a $2 million budget. Now it's 15 million. So, tell us about what you think that's going to bring in terms of creativity to the city.
It's going to open up a lot of opportunities for folks. Hopefully, that's always the hope. I mean, who gets the money at the end of the day is still in question until they actually start to do it. But the hope is, filmmakers from our group can work together to get that money, to build a production that's the size of what a Dr. Powell references a lot, Tyler Perry, or like I like to say Spike Lee, or like any of the big folks that work together to build a studio philosophy that's successful. So that'd be great to see here locally. And also it would bring productions from the folks just mentioned, and give it an opportunity to bring in. My focus is black folks. It would be great to see us on productions getting this award money, this incentive, I should say, so we can tell our own stories. Like, that's the best part. That's what I would love to see come out of that.
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
I'm always telling folks, like, in terms of, my next step, it's definitely I started some films. I want to make sure I kind of button those up, but I have this project that I, been brewing in my head for like the last 10 years.
Okay.
So it's time to like make it happen, and
Yes.
it's a great time for that. But I also think too, one of the things that is inspiring to me in that way is to be the thing so people see the thing. And this is something that really resonates with me in terms of young Black creatives, right? Opening up opportunities for them to say, man, I didn't have to go to LA or Atlanta or New York or any of these kind of hotter markets for me to make it, because there's opportunities right here in our city. So tell us about now. You taking all that experience and all that community connection, and now you're over at ATS doing
ATS.
amazing works with young folks. Tell us about that.
Well, the legendary Steve Sneed here says he's been tracking me down for a year. Dr. Powell calls it team building. He's building an A team. So I know my students call me Mr. T.
Love it.
And so they brought me in. I was going through some things in my life. My father passed away the day that they called me, and the way my dad operates in heaven is he wants to make sure that heaven rains down some money so we can pay the mortgage.
Yeah, there we go.
And, um, and it was a blessing. It came out of the sky. I've never taught high school before, and it was an opportunity to teach high school for a year. And it was just like, wow. I said, it took me a while to really grasp the concept of this endeavor. And I just went for it, because at the same time I was also I was taking classes at the Evergreen State College, graduated
Yes.
with bachelor's in liberal arts, thank you, and was still teaching the school in between, and it's been really really great. They said they brought me in because of my skill sets and what I brought to the table. I've taught classes before, and mentored a lot of folks with the film group that we have going. So it was, for me, it's a good opportunity. I started in high school, so it's kind of full circle, with working with ATS, and the students there are great. They're taking in all the information. They're creating their own programming. Next quarter, we're gonna do something like this with our students,
Yeah.
with Converge's help and help with
Yeah.
other partners that we have. Hopefully,
I
oh
love it.
yeah,
But well, as soon as you said it while I was there, you're like, we need to bring back like student TV. I'm like, oh
yeah.
yes, right.
QTV in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't have that when I was at Garfield, but it would have been such a great addition, and just another opportunity. Again, you're meeting students where they are. Thank you so much for the work you're doing at ATS and everything that
It's
you've
my
done in
blessing. It's my
community.
blessing.
I'm so glad that you can make time on your busy schedule to be with us today on Feel Good
Oh,
Friday.
always time for Converge. Always time for you, Treyana.
We love you so much.
I love you too. Thank you very much.